There's one mistake I see runners make all the time, myself included. My athletes too, and honestly, not just in running, but in life. Things are going well until they're not. We hit a setback, we get injured, we feel stuck, and suddenly we start to question everything. Is it worth it? Why does this feel so hard? Maybe I'm not cut out for this. You might even look at someone like me and think, well, I don't have that talent. I'm not fast enough, not disciplined enough, not whatever enough. But I've had those same thoughts more times than I can count. It took me years to understand what was actually going on. Why we start strong, then second guess ourselves. Why we begin to believe the struggle means we're failing. But it doesn't. Struggle means you're in the middle of it. It means you haven't quit. And that's the truth no one talks about. The journey is not supposed to be perfect. I used to think that if I followed the right training plan, did all the right things, stayed consistent, it would all just click. But that's not how it works. Real progress, the kind that actually lasts, is messy. It comes with setbacks. It's slow. It's not linear. There were times I felt like I was doing everything right and still moving backward. For 4 straight years, I got slower. Despite learning more, training smarter, you guys, I had 6 stress fractures in a row. And it was humiliating, to be honest. To care so much, to work so hard, and feel like you're falling behind. That's when most people quit. And honestly, it would have been so much easier to just stop. To end on a high note. I ran a 2:46 marathon. I'm good. But I knew deep down that that's not my ceiling. That's not where I stop, because if you're willing to keep going when it's not working, that's when the shift happens. I want to pause here and say something important. You are not average. You might be training like everyone else. You might be comparing yourself to runners who seem ahead, but you have no idea what's still inside you. When I was younger, I was a competitive sailor. And I'd win races, but I didn't feel proud. I felt pressure because I didn't connect my results to my effort. But when I started to improve at school, not because I was the smartest, but because I worked for it, I felt something I hadn't felt before: pride. The work made the win feel real. And it's the same with running. When you show up smart day after day, not for validation, but because you believe in who you are becoming, that's when you unlock something bigger than pace. That's when you build self-trust. You want to know what progress really is? Progress isn't just your pace getting faster. Progress is when you start believing in yourself again. It's when you feel stronger on a bad day than you used to on a good one. It's when you stop quitting just because something feels hard. That's real growth. And science backs this up. Your body adapts under pressure, but it needs time. Your brain adapts under challenge, but it needs resilience. And that's why mindset matters. Not because positive thinking magically makes you faster, but because mindset influences your choices. Whether you adjust or give up, whether you learn or spiral, whether you stay in the game long enough for it to actually work. Let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't just about running. When I graduated with my bachelor's degree, I didn't chase the highest paying job. I worked at a startup that barely paid anything. I moved back in with my parents to save money, not because I wanted to, but because I had a goal. I wanted to start a business. I wanted to move to California. I wanted to get my MBA, and I knew I'd have to take out loans and make sacrifices to make that happen. Even after my MBA, I didn't take the stable job. I lived in a car. I took care of people's pets. I made it work because I believed that dream was worth it. And the same thing applies to your running goals. If you want to see what you're capable of, if you want to reach a level you've never reached before, you need to be willing to do things differently, to stay in it when it's not convenient, to make sacrifices and to live intentionally. That's what builds fulfillment. So here is what I want you to do. Ask yourself, where am I expecting progress without discomfort? Where am I waiting for it to get easy instead of learning how to keep going when it's hard? And then ask, what am I willing to do about it? Because the truth is, if you're ready to train smarter, not just harder, there is a way forward. That's exactly why I built my running plans. They're based on heart rate, time on feet, and your life. not arbitrary paces, not cookie cutter mileage. And if you follow the plan and don't feel stronger, more confident, and more in control of your training, I'll give you your money back. Because seriously guys, I definitely do not want anyone to spend their money on something that does not work. And remember, the mistake isn't hitting a wall. The mistake is thinking you were never supposed to. You have got so much more in you than you think. See you next Friday. And if you want to see my video called The Truth That No One Talks About, then check out that video right here.